The head runs wild at the possibility of that. Hello, it is I, Boo Lawson. I have not been around for a long time for life reasons and technological reasons and electrical storms that knock out your internet reasons and OBS failing and you having to work out how to get the app working reasons, and it's all too much sometimes. But after a very, very long wait, I'm finally reading the latest 2 chapters of One Piece. Chapter 1136 we'll start with. The country that awaits the sun. Let's fucking do this. I'm so keen. Alright, now immediately, Only Child Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 22, a mysterious hidden base in Udon? Now, if that doesn't say who's who, I don't know what says who's who. We've got Hold'em, or whatever his name is, held back by Yamato as prisoner, and they're going to... it looks a little like they're returning someone to a place where they best be returned. Oh man, it had been so long without One Piece, and that is genuinely, for me, the most compelling part of the Yamato cover story so far, is this development, because I want to know which of the beast pirates we're going to get on our journey moving forward, and does Yamato, as son of Kaido, have a claim to captaincy of these pirates? It could be baffling to them, but I mean, Yamato, while considering themselves to be Odin, they also consider themselves to be blood with Kaido. So anyway, let's see how we go, baby. Give me some Elbaf. It's so tasty. Even the meat is huge. This moose reminds me of dinosaur meat. Real OGs. We're going to get our little garden happening very soon in the live action. I'm looking forward to seeing how they do the giants with the 3D, not 3D, with real actors and CGI and all of that. Anyway. They're quite tricky to catch, as ferocious as they are delicious. No task is too great if it's for one's savior. I appreciate it. Haruda Stanson, thank you. Yiga. Glad you like it. It's rare for humans to make it all the way to the Sun Realm. Most confuse the underworld for Elbaf proper and flee before they find their way up here. That's really interesting to me. So I think there's a degree to which Elbaf's, for want of a better word, aura, its legacy, its just how it's known to be, reputation, that's the word I'm looking for. The reputation of Elbaf is probably, this is a barren place where warriors reside, and if you ever get a chance to lay eyes on that cold, barren, dark, horrible wasteland, run. He's saying that's a cultural a failure to communicate, failure to understand. Elbaf, there's so much more to the rich culture of Elbaf. Listen up. The mighty Oars was a warrior, legendary even to you giants. He'd tower over any of you 3 times over, and guess who finally finished him? That's right. It was me. Ooh, way to go, Captain Usopp. Wow, your skin really is blue. Okay. Elbaf's giants see color. Ain't got no colorblind race understandings in the land of Elbaf. They see blue skin, they go, whoa, blue skin. You should see Fishman Island. There's as many skin tones as there are fish in the sea. Oh, that's beautiful. It's actually the case with all of us, pretty much. I've always wanted to see a mermaid. No shame in that. They're a sight to behold. Mermaid Cove is more exciting than heaven itself. Sanji just getting in a quick defense of himself and his wicked ways. And if we all recall the nose bleeding, then we all know where Sanji's coming from. Whoa! That said, my heart soars just as much when I see you giant ladies. Oh, Sanji-kun, you're so silly. It's cute. Beauty's everywhere I look. I'm getting buried in babes. It's like all those tragic dudes who write into women online going, "Oh, I just need you to crush me." There's got to be a word for that kind of. I don't know, are they subs? I don't know what we call that. And what are you? Who? Me? I can answer with my own blues. What the heck am I? Diddy. Yeah. Diddy, not Diddy. Ditty mean like a number, a song, a track, a thing, right? I guess it's a big wide world out there. Let's toast to find it. Drinking for all reasons. I'm surprised so many giants have never gone out to sea. Yeah, I kind of assumed they were all pirates. Huh? Yeah. Namita, so I want to apologize to you and this other straw hat about before. Is he drunk or in pain? He ain't gonna be forgiven that easily. But beating a proper apology out of him was the least we could do. Cut out and everything went horribly wrong. So if the stream looks different or I sound different or things on the stream look different, that's just because technology is a bitch. Anyway, needless to say, I want to get to where we were. Okay, so Road was begging for mercy and wanted to apologize to the Straw Hats for his wicked ways. So, shall we have a gander at this? Okay. He ain't gonna be forgiven that easily, but beating a proper apology out of him was the least we could do. Good Tasso's sadistic side really makes my heart flutter. Don't sweat it. It's not like anyone died. Although, that's only 'cause Usopp stopped me. If he didn't, it would have been your head. So, man, just the sort of, I don't know what you call it, like the fox-like cunning and sort of guile of a pirate hunting swordsman who's just really earned his way in the world and become the strongest thing that he can think of in so many ways. He's just not scared of anything. Although that wicked smile, he's had that since the very beginning. Anyway, I'm ranting here. It's been a long day. You never stood a chance. Don't hold back next time. Good, Tasso. She's so harsh. I can't get enough. Okay, so he likes being dominated here. Okay, right. Alright. Right. Okay. Perspective is really interesting here with this giant stuff. Like, it's hard for me to realize when the giants are talking sometimes because Oda's zooming out with his panels, and I'm thinking that these are all human beings when they're giants. It has been a long time since I've streamed, so sorry. Okay, come on. Everyone born here on Elbaf shares the same dream, to become the next sun god and rule the world. Sun god? Are you kidding me? The sun god isn't a ruler? That's right. He's the god of liberation. More like destruction. You're wrong. Everyone knows he was the god of laughter. It's getting rowdy. What's this about a god? I mean, they're really doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on Luffy just having absolutely no understanding of the power he possesses and its place in history and in mythology, really. The sacred Harley texts have been passed down for generations in Elbaf. The legends are written in an archaic language, so there's been countless interpretations. No one can say which translation is accurate, and this is the result. According to the Harley texts, the world has already been destroyed twice before. Oh, now we're talking fucking One Piece lore. The head runs wild at the possibility of that. You think of the flashpoints. When was the world restarted? Was it before Mont Blanc Noland? It must have been, because that's only a couple hundred years. Or was that 400 years? And you've got, like, just various times that, the equivalent of the King of the Giants now, his King of the Giants, and the lifetime that he lived and the stories passed down from him. There's so much interesting stuff here. Oh, this is good. According to the Harley text, the world has already been destroyed twice before, and the name of sun god Nika is invoked after each instance. Kill me and 1,000 will rise up and take my place. This man is just... This is huge. Nika is, constant. Nika is like a force of nature. Nika is enduring. It survives no matter what it is brought up against. That's fantastic. Oh man, I wish I'd been watching videos from all the One Piece YouTubers in the past couple of weeks, because I've probably missed so much fun, like just lore, fucking guessing around and stuff and chatting it. Oh man, who can say if he was the world's savior? Oh, look at that, like, prehistory Nika. That's just so cool. Oh, finally. This is so cool. Or the great destroyer who brought it crashing down. All we know for sure is that he heralds great change. That's why the rulers of the day always tend to fear Nika's return. Nika represents change. The indomitable force of change up against the reality of the status quo in the world. There is always a system that exists before someone's born into it, but that person born into it may come to bring about a reckoning, man. That is so cool. That's the guy Bonnie mentioned. Yes, the sun god has become a symbol, someone the hopeless and desperate turn to for salvation. They say Nika is adorned by white clouds, with white hair, and with white clothes to boot. He is said to have contagious, booming laughter. No wonder everyone's been saying I look similar. But I'm sure he's got nothing to do with me. Like, having that, like, that unique level of stupidity where you have the self-awareness to not have self-awareness. I think we have a protagonist that can only be treated with the utmost respect. He's so uniquely fucking him, man. I love it. I love it so much. And I've never not loved it. Don't be so dismissive, Straw Hat. You understand, if you were born on Elbaf, we all look up to Nika. Not to defend Road, but he wasn't lying about us all sharing the same dream. So this is like the Pirate King sort of reality for these guys, but I don't know, it's more of a role model than that. Loki was the same. I believed his motive for Harold's murder was to attempt to follow in Nika's footsteps. Nothing can justify what he did, Elder. Loki. So he's a good guy. No way in hell. Like, he's the accursed prince. There was a prophecy before Loki was born that foretold that King Harold would be slain by his son. Then shortly after his birth, the royal steed, the horse of fortune, died. Okay, so that's another Norse mythology. It's a big deal in Norse mythology, horses in general, and a number of like sort of steeds and giant animals that are, steeds. Odin had, I think, Sleipnir or something like that is, I think, the mystical horse that he rode on. So Harold in this Elbaf Norse reality, to my mind, seems to be representing Odin. ipso facto, Hyrule is Thor, Loki's Loki. Loki gonna Loki. Loki. Then shortly after his birth, that was the same year that Lin murdered the legendary hero Jorl. And the tragedies kept coming. A year later, the queen herself passed on. A queen of Elbaf. Ooh. Not a lot said there. Not a lot said there at all. Just sort of passing. Is that Oda just acknowledging that there had to be a queen if there were kings? Or is that Oda doing his thing where he's like, if there were more mums in One Piece, there'd be less pirates running around because the mums wouldn't let their kids do that. Man, I'm reading into this too much. It's been too long. The princeling would go on to use his natural strength to make the realm of the dead his own personal playground. He killed many of those ferocious beasts and tamed the rest. He even released a few into the villages. And that was all by the age of 10. Alright, so Master of Beasts. He was an arsonist. Loki's mischief endangered countless lives. Okay, Luffy's loving this so far. He had the authority of a prince and a malicious personality. He caused hell whenever the king wasn't looking. Then, finally, in that very castle, Loki killed King Harald, the greatest monarch Elbaf ever knew. Right. A splendid wise man who tried to connect with the outside world. So, I think we might, to get people to see beyond Elbaf's feared reputation as a land of warriors. Okay, so this is the Queen Otahime dynamic we're building here. Lord Ja Rule was stabbed trying to stop Loki. My helmet saved me in the end. It didn't save anything. It's a sword in your head. That's fantastic. Okay, so Loki's reign of terror finally came to an end 6 years ago. He was running amok at sea when Red Hair captured him. Shanks? Shanks really came here? Yeah, in fact, he was just here earlier. I'm not sure where he went off to, though. Zoro gonna do some Zoro. Why he having a quiet drink? What he know? What do you know? Or what are you thinking? Village outskirts. I thought you were acting weirdly on edge earlier. You realize he's a reviled Kingslayer, right? Everything he told you was obviously just a lie. Okay, so Zoro's just... He's picked up on his captain hiding something, right? Okay. He said he knew where Shanks was. Do you have any idea how badly I want to see him again? Oda doing a shout out to the community there. Yes, I've heard about it 1,000 times. Sounds to me like he was using that to trick you, Luffy. How would you even know? You've never met Loki for yourself. I haven't. I'm just guessing based on his reputation. I'll tell you everything I know. That includes Red Hair's current whereabouts. If that was really a lie, I'm gonna send him flying. If you're sneaking off to do what I think you are, did you seriously expect to find your way there without me? Oh, Nami. God, yes, Nami. So this is like Luffy, Zoro, Nami. There's an order emerging. It's a pretty familiar one. Listen up, Luffy. We'll get the key, but if he pulls anything funny, we'll have to take care of him. Got it, Shanks. Why's this guy here? Oh, he's my new slave. Truly blessed. Oh my god. Yeah, I'd be the same. Don't forget, I'm her number 1 slave and Sanji's number 2. Strong girls really get my blood pumping. He's been struck by lightning. Literally. Namitasso, isn't it neat? We're both navigators. Oh, that could be good later on. This could produce some dividends, my friends. Like navigator on navigator discourse. We may get some cool I don't know. Maybe the Elbaf technology around dials and all of these, not dials, log poses and all of that sort of jazz is more interesting. Who knows? Don't ever get close to me again. Yes, ma'am. It feels wrong for the guests of honor to bail so early. Don't worry, I brought some meat. Have you tried this mousse? They're all in a drunken stupor now. They probably can't remember what they're celebrating. That can be the way. Say, if all the treasure in the castle suddenly disappeared, would that be a problem, bro? My vision is awful, so I'm sure I wouldn't even notice. You had this in mind since the beginning, didn't you, Nami? Your eyes. Yoga. So that's what it is. Realm of the dead. Yoga. If I understood you correctly, then I'm afraid I'll have to step back and refuse your offer. I'm sure it's an honor to be invited to join your noble knights. But that would make you celestial dragons, right? Do you really expect anyone on the planet to willingly become scum like that? Alright, so immediately Loki is cooler than these pricks. Do we have any intel? All the informants we sent to Elbaf reported a giant crow heading for them before their transmissions got cut off. Their weakness is beyond belief. I'm done standing by and listening. This is the definition of impertinence. Ooh, God Knight. Gunko. Cool name. I won't let it stand. Don't be hasty, Gunko. Grrr. That's a big wolf. Dog. Eat him up, wolf. Hey. Stay back if you want to keep breathing. Grrr, grrr. Oh. Oh, that arrow style attack. That reminds me so much of Eames' shadowy arrow. So this is potentially tied up in some way with the celestial dragons and the gods' knights and all of that jazz. Anyway, the wolf predictably gets owned. Wolf strangling him. Whoa, bro. If we were to spare him, would you change your mind then? So that's how you operate, huh? Well, if that was your offer, I'd accept my friend's fate and wish him peace in death. It's okay to grieve and rage, but a warrior never kicks and screams in the face of death. Whoa! Our wolf just dies just like that, bro. What a hard, cold guy. I'll swallow all my fury and use it to fuel me when I reduce this world to rubble. Yes, 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 yes. Fucking loving this. Fucking loving this. Alright, I'm going to set up the next chapter, and I'm going to dive straight into it. Right, well, as this loads up, chapter 1137, Shamrock takes the stage. I think we know who Shamrock is. SHA gives it away. Anyway, let's go, baby. I can't tell you how much I am having to dig into the well to have energy after a day of technical difficulties. Only Child Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 23. Infiltrating the mysterious hidden base. Now we're getting somewhere. This is more like it. This is cool. This is... How do I put it? This is using the characters left over from the previous arc to make some interesting cover story material as per One Piece tradition. That's how I'll put it. Let's go. Thank you, Ichiro Oda. The home of the late king. In the 14 years since King Harold's death, no one has ever come near this castle. So, what's going on here? The door looks like it's been busted open. What happened to the guards? What? Something's wrong? It was broken from the inside. Why would intruders do that? Only one way to find out. Let's go. Luffy. The key. Where's the key? The damage looks recent. The key. Where's the key? The damage looks recent. Wait, this is unnerving. This place is huge. I can barely see the ceiling. This is way too vast to be, walkable. Hey, Rhoda, do you know where the key is? No, I'm just a run-of-the-mill guy. I haven't been in here before. I'm sure it must be, mind-boggling to be, in the king's castle, after, with the eeriness of him passing away and knowing that someone murdered him and approaching it with, a blown open door and, it's like a horror movie. Don't go in there. Don't go in there. Well, I'm glad you're here now. Really, Namitasa? Agreed. Now let's get moving. Wow, what a castle. Being here is thrilling and terrifying. Everything's falling to pieces. Is this the intruder's handiwork? I mean, no, this battle damage has been here ever since Loki killed King Harold. I love a good battle. Punk Hazard, represent. Not necessarily the arc. This took some serious destructive power. Loki is a monster and King Harold was renowned as a great warrior, so the damage was inevitable. What? It's so big. Huh? This is scary. Are they... This place is covered with giant skeletons. The castle once had numerous guards. On that day, around 100 of them stood ready to kill Loki, but only one survived. Lord Jarl. That is lit. Luffy, you wanted some carnage on Giant Island. King Harold didn't want some carnage on Giant Island, but Luffy wanted some carnage on Giant Island, and bruh, giant skeletons in an abandoned castle. Is that more the kind of thing you wanted, bro? After the tragedy that happened here, coming to this site was forbidden. It's a den for vengeful spirits. Hey guys, look over here. This skull is enormous. Onigashima, anyone? Onigashima? Giant skull? Not too far by sea, away from where the Straw Hats are now. Giant skull? Anyone? Previous owner of the giant fruit? No? Anyone? It's also got horns. I wonder if he knew oars. These belong to someone with ancient giant warrior blood. There are no longer any pure-blooded members of that clan, but their blood still flows in some of us. Like King Harold, who was larger and stronger than most. Oh. Look above you. How nostalgic. That's a portrait of King Harold. The man who tried to form peaceful bonds with the outside world. Otohime style. Said to be Elbaf's strongest king. He looks like a big guy. He got a sort of Aquaman vibe. he sure looks strong. Those scars on his head. Oh, they got some Kratos energy. Those scars on his head mark where his ancient giant horns were. before he ripped them out. That is brutal. He believed the ancient giants were relics from a war-torn era. No war, remove the horns. Remove the horns for war. What He had horns? What conviction? Yeah, Zara. You feel me? The kind of conviction that you have when you do things like throw a sword into the air and put your arm out and see if it'll get cut off. That kind of a I don't care about my body parts kind of conviction probably appeals to you very strongly. After the king's death, the country fell into despair. Sadly, the one with the biggest grudge against Loki was naturally King Harald's other son, Hardraden. Whoa, like seriously? He's Loki's brother. Oh, come on, Luffy. I mean, he was your G first. I know you want to find Shanks, but you don't want to let down the H-Man, do you? The H-Man. They have different mothers. Before marrying the Queen, Hadradin was born to a different woman. However, Elbaf would never have recognized Hadradin's mother as its queen in any case. Why? She was born in a different giant country. Jaguar de Sol. What are we talking about? Yeah. What does that matter? They were both giants, right? Ain't you heard of racism, bruh? Ain't you heard of racism? Yeah, they were both giants, but you can't talk when you humans kill each other. Wait. But you can't talk when you humans kill each other all the time over land. Suppose. Even Zorro feels shame about that. They say having children with a giant from another land taints the blood of Elbaf. That's some eugenics racist shit. Well, it's a cultural belief, but it's inherently discriminatory. Seems giants can be just as bigoted as anyone else. Not everyone's as pure as you, Namitasa. Don't suck up to me, trash. Why join Hardraden's crew if you think he has tainted blood? Is that why Hardraden isn't just straight king of Elbaf? Because he's not got the blood? Racism keeps racism, bigotry, whatever you want to call it, keeps the lineage of the king at bay. Bro. Well, you're such a creepy nerd, Road. Flashback time. This is amazing. You can draw sea charts? Let's be friends. Friends? He was always so earnest and straightforward, unlike me. He never lived in the castle growing up. His father may have been king, but his mother was ostracized. He endured a lot and still said this. One day, I'm going to unite all the giant tribes. I'm going to be king of the giants. Whoa, I know you're the man that can do it, Hadradin. Yeah, I want to make his dream a reality. That kind of boring motivation is nothing new to me. I read that line wrong. That kind of boring motivation is nothing new to me. Zorro and Nami having a good laugh at what they see in their captain. In another's captain. Hey, this way, I found some knocked out giants. He's so excited about it. Realm of the Dead. Do you finally understand? This is only because I can't move from this spot. The result would be the same even if you could, you commoner. We are offering you a chance at divinity. Most die squirming in vain. Just for the slightest chance to attain such an honor. Wow. So she's got these giant, so is this all wrapped up? Is it like a wrapping? how does her power work? Is it like it's bandages, ribbons, for want of a better description? Fucking hell. She slams it down. The arrow comes out of that burning black stuff. Looks like very much like how the black lightning sort of black essence sort of hockey energy demonic. What's it? Anyway, where's this going? Crap! This again. Huh. What on earth is happening there? So you're gonna let a full speed kick. You're gonna let loose a full speed kick to the right side of my face. It'll turn me sideways. Oh, you can see the future. He's got fucking future sight or something better, bro. Then you'll uppercut me. Thanks for giving me notice. These arrows show the trajectory of my future. The outcome is unavoidable. Only I can stop it before it happens. Oh, I was wrong. He can't see the future. She's showing it. That's really, really, really cool, but also, it's like for the Helsing fans out there, Helsing OVA fans, it's like Rip Van Winkle's gun, the bullet that can't miss. It's just gonna go and go and go. That seems to be an inspiration here, at any rate. But it's flawed, right? I'm showing you a future before it happens, and I'm giving you the instructions of how to dodge, how to go about all this badness. These arrows show the trajectory of my future. The outcome is unavoidable. Only I can stop it before it happens. Just say the word, Loki. Will you join the God's Knights? I refuse, you fool! Man. Now we got some cool stuff happening in this panel. I gotta zoom in. Yeah. I refuse. So the arrows come flying up. And then she smashes him across the face. And there's the uppercut. Oh, bro. And then he head up, chin up, head down. Fucking hell, pummeled him. The bear doesn't like it. Grrr. Stabbed down. Wolf down. Snake down. Fucking hell, fucking with Loki's beasts. That's not on, man. For the guy that ain't got nobody to fuck with his only things that he does have. Huff, huff. Damn it. You'll pay for this. Stop. Enough already. Well, will you become a God's Knight? Scream. Huff, huff. It's alright, Gunko. Let's change our tact. Contact Marijois. Oh, bro. Not every piece ends up being useful. I wanted to go about this more shrewdly, but I guess not. Captain of the God's Knights, World Noble, Figurland Shamrock. Son of Elder Figurland Garling. Ah. Well, that's confirmed. The only thing now is he Shanks' brother? Is he Shanks' cousin? I imagine he's Shanks' brother, right? Not yielding even if it means death. Do we chalk this up to faith? Long ago, the savage warriors of Elbaf dominated the New World. The government will bring them to heel no matter what. God's Knights have mobilized. We have some pieces on the board. They're making moves now. Gunko and Shamrock. I have enjoyed this thoroughly. It's been a very long time since I've read 2 One Piece chapters back to back as well. I forgot how much more enjoyable it was when you can kind of keep going. Oh, man. So Gunko's ability, those arrows go on when them arrows go. We've just been shown so much of how the power works in this chapter. So it's gonna be important. How it's used, who it's used against, and why it's used, I can't work out. But them arrows, and the fact that maybe the fact that it looks like the Nika move, or not Nika, opposite of Nika, the Eames sort of shadowy attack. It gives me a vibe, but the arrows show the trajectory of my future. The outcome is unavoidable. Only I can stop it before it happens. I can't wait till this mofo gets their shit wrecked and like their final moments, they're going to see the arrow go somewhere, then the arrow do something, and they're going to be like, oh shit, that means I'm locked in. I'm screwed now. There's no way out. Well, that's the implication anyway. What I hope happens. Look, I didn't want Shanks to have a brother like this, but I like the hairdo, I like the style, I like the fact that he's clearly a god's knight. He's very much sworn to God, right? Ipso facto. If so, like we're looking at the Figureland family has an allegiance to the gods, but the world has been destroyed several times, so I'm going to go out here on a limb and say the Figureland family has been around protecting Eam for reasons since maybe the beginning. That's a guess I'm going to have because they strike me as, like a lot of these holy knights, as a god's knights or whatever, isn't it the case that like a lot of them are from the families that descended from the 20 kingdoms that did in Joy Boy? Oh man, it's good to get up to date. And is there a break week or anything? No. Oh god, yes. That means there's going to be more coming soon. Fantastic. Love and Loki. Loki is low key, low hanging fruit. Awesome. I love that he told the Celestial Dragons where they could fucking stick it, and I love that he's still screaming and strongly believing that he's going to destroy the world. And now, earlier on, when we were discussing Nika in chapter, was it 1136 or was it this one? Yeah, it was in 1136. We were discussing, who can say if he was the world's savior or the great destroyer who brought it crashing down? Okay, so he wants to be the sun god for the same, some people think that he represents liberation. Some people think that Nika represents destruction of the order that existed. So when Loki says that he thinks celestial dragons are scum, and he says he wants to destroy the world, bro, to me, it sounds an awful lot like he wants a Kaido-style reckoning here. He wants to break the status quo, replace it with himself, and show motherfuckers who's boss. Sounds good to me. Either or, it would be a massive honor of mine if you would consider subscribing, commenting, sending hate mail, doing all the good stuff. Whatever you need to do to get by. It's been fucking fantastic to be back here and doing this. It's been weeks, and I can't wait to share more with you guys. So yeah, I'm Boo Lawson. Yeah, click the like, subscribe, whatever. See you all another time. The saga continues. Whoa, look at that. Technical difficulties, right? Have fun, everybody. See you later.